Welcome to my world.
For he, as
On
Pavamana, sends
Fridays,
thousandfold treasure in the shape of
right
cattle
thing
to
to
the
do,
seeing man. Thou
making
graspest
bacon,
all
mate.
things with thy mind, and purifiest thee with thoughts. As such, O Soma, find us fame.
120.
Pour lofty glory on us. Send sure riches to our liberal lords. Bring food to those who sing thy praise. As thou art cleansed, O wondrous steed, O Soma, thou hast entered like a pious king into the songs.
I'm fighting a war
Like a courser in the floods invincible, made
just
clean
on my
of
own
hands, is resting in the jars.
against
Like a liberal chief,
powers and
thou goest
principalities
Soma
that are
deceived, lending
unjust,
the hero
like
strength.
in Ephesians.
M21, Soma Pavamana.
It's very real.
To
Powers and
enjoy all
principalities in
these
high
willing
places.
drops, these somas,
And
something good, exhilarating,
the Rakshasas
driving off
of the
foes,
north
bestowing wound upon oppressor,
are definitely
bringing
Dramira.
force. Lightly
Tiamat.
dispersed, the drops flow to one common
Uh,
reservoir.
not
The fall to the
Tiamat.
river's wave. These Pavamanas have obtained
Millet.
blessings, much to be desired, but coursers hardest to recall.
Maui 11, 12, and 13. We're going to get fed right now. And the new cat smart chicks and the new adopted cat smart chicks. This chaos is mine. I have created it by my acts or lack thereof. And I share it with you as a warning that I'm not alone in this war. We're all in this war together. Health is the key. Yesterday, let me stop the Vedas for a second and share with you some things that are in my head.
Advancing, they have traveled over the ridges of the earth and heaven.
The Rig Veda number 6.
Of all. Over the
Soma.
heights they have attained, the highest thread that is spun out.
So, Soma, Rig Veda. Let me share some stuff with you yesterday. Yesterday I had to go to town, and I didn't really have that much money. I had to go into town with, had to walk up the hill. Now, in truth, all I need to do to be myself, to be fully myself, is just to start walking towards the north. That's it. It's nothing more. There's no fancy acts, no fancy sayings, nothing that can top that in my life. However, I have the Rakshasas. I have Ramira, who I love deeply, profoundly. Her children. And all the adopted children that are coming to me for help and success. The Rakshasas are not just cats, they are spirits. And they are spirits that require love. Right, Durvo? And look what I am forced to do with these spirits. I'm forced to literally emasculate them. By the way, emasculation is the title of this video, because I feel very conflicted about doing what I'm doing. To help the Rakshasas in this neighborhood, to feed them, clothe them, give them shelter and welfare, I need to literally cut their balls off. Which was a theme amongst my mother and I for many years. Cutting the balls off. I feel quite emasculated, by the way, if I'm honest, by my family. Not just my mother, but all of them. And it's just a feeling. It's just me feeling what I'm feeling. You know, it's just me being me. It's just me being me. And I'm not at all even remotely perfect, you know? I'm not even remotely perfect. I'm actually a very imperfect creature sometimes. And I am and I'm not. See, that's the a curse, I suppose you could call it, of my existence. I am literally the chosen one. The prophecies of Oaxaca and all that stuff. The tales of the boy that couldn't walk that ended up walking, thanks to the peyote and to the last peyote ceremony in Mexico City, last legal peyote ceremony in Mexico City. And that was all Mom. And Mom was a great witch. Mom was, as far as witches go, nobody really beats her. She knew what she was doing. She was really witchy. Mom was in a constant and powerful war, she considered, against her own sister, who represented the system, power, all the current system of things. That's what you would call it, right? So Mom was at war with her. Very serious about it. But her only way to fight that war was smoking pot. Psychedelia. That was her last two words. Psychedelia, psychedelia. And very good representation of what she represented in life. Psychedelia. The machine elves of Terence McKenna. The visions of peyote ceremonies. All that stuff. Oh, all that stuff. So, by the way, this is what I'm doing. This is dried milk. So yeah, so that's a thing, and I can see the results of that war playing out in my own life. I see things that a lot of people don't see. And that's by design, not by accident. But I see things. You know, I have visions. I see things. I hear things. I know things. The fact that I had a dream about the zombie apocalypse again. Man, you have no idea how disturbing that is for me. Because I thought we were over it. I had spoken to the fishmen on the spaceships about the zombie apocalypse. And then some European redhead decides to restart the whole thing and eating our guts amongst ourselves. And I'm smack in the middle of it again, you know, with somebody that I don't remember who it was. I'm there with somebody and I don't remember who it was, which is interesting. But as usual, it's somebody younger than me. Usually somebody younger than me, and that's just the way of things. So the dream repeats itself for the millionth time in different places, different circumstances, not exactly the same, but it repeats itself. And it's the zombie apocalypse again. I'm going, well, oops. Been here before. Will I be here again? See, one of my pet peeves as the chosen one and all that stuff is that everything repeats. And I think I've told you this before in other videos, but I've had the feeling of having been the last Styracosaur. Oops. When the world flooded and dinosaurs roamed the earth. Great flood, there was dinosaurs. What if the Styracosaurs were just what they called Nephilim in the Book of Enoch, right? Giants, reptilian giants, but intelligence, conscious, with real design and stuff, and just a great hunger that they couldn't ever satisfy. And God's genocide was a real thing. I mean, it was a real thing. Like, okay, well, so what if this is a cyclic thing, and like the Mayans and the Aztecs think there's been many worlds, many worlds of men that came to an end before, you know? Oh. By the way, this is for 13. Maui 13. The cursed name of Maui. Man, I'm good at curses. I am a real friggin' genius when it comes to curses. The curse of Maui 13. He's very skinny. He's very needy. He wants to be by my side at all costs. He shits diarrhea. And I'm trying to save him. And I'm trying to save the cat, yeah. Been here before. Been here, done that. You know. Been here, done that. Whew. Chlorine, and vinegar. I don't know. Chlorine and vinegar are the two most important elements you can keep in your house, besides cats, besides chicken. When you have cats, because man, they leave a lot of smells around. I love my cats, don't get me wrong, but I also know what they represent. I know who they are in the larger context. I should be walking to Santa Fe, New Mexico, shouldn't I? And I'm not doing that. I'm actually just taking care of cats. So my spiritual path is blocked by my own acts. And in part, it's mostly for comfort. You know, it would be very uncomfortable to walk all the way to Santa Fe. And I know that. And I recognize it when I smoke, when I go off my comfort level and comfort zone, you know. And here I am, taking care of baby cats. Think about that. Who is guilty of this? Me. My own acts, my own lack of action. I don't need anybody to help me do what I need to do. I just need to do it. For me, for my spiritual growth, the fact that I don't do that, it speaks about my spiritual place in the world right now. You know? I love my cats, don't get me wrong. But it should be Mauricio taking care of them, I suppose. Not me. That's what he's here for. To take care of the cats in the house. Is he ready? I don't know. Maybe. Am I ready for my big walk? That's the question. My objective in that big walk is to reach the North Pole, not Santa Fe, New Mexico. Santa Fe, New Mexico is just part of the way, you know? But here I am taking care of cats. And that's the marijuana talking, by the way. That's the crazy part of me, you know? That's the hippie crazy, give a shit about life, mother climbing up a statue to put a brazier on top of it. that's that aspect of me. I have it. I have it very strong. I would be lying if I told you that I don't have that aspect in me. That crazy, give a shit. Let's do the most unexpected and ridiculous thing we can. It's also a very spiritual place. It's also a very spiritual thing. You know, it's not just a thing. It's a thing. People call it madness. People call it madness, and they do so correctly. They do so correctly. It would be very crazy of me to just start walking north. Be insane. And yet, there's a part of me that knows that I need to do that at some point. I need to die under a tree in the snow in some mountain. I need to do that. I don't know when. I don't know where. I'm thinking more and more. I'm beginning to see. I'm beginning to feel it's like the Northwest Territories, like Alaska or under Alaska somewhere, maybe in Canada. Maybe Canada is a good age to die. That would actually fill a lot of excess in my history. I was supposed to be tri-national. I was supposed to be Canadian, American, and Mexican. I was supposed to be like the child of a Canadian and a Mexican and an American that was born in Canada. So I had all three passports automatically. That was my mother's and my father's plan. It's a good plan, by the way. Not at all plan. Not at all that stupid. Dad sent me a note, a letter about when I was born, and he was holding me, and very edited letter. Very edited letter. Very, very sweet though. Very sweet. Hey, Dad. By the way, you don't like to look. You don't like to look at this stuff, do you? You don't like to see this show, do you? Don't blame you. I don't like to see it either. And yet, I feel obligated somehow to make it. You know. And it's perhaps not for me, not for you, but for everybody out there that is watching. Because I'm not an actor. I'm just me being me. I'm just me being me. And that is something that is not often filmed. I know a lot about filmmaking. I get paid to write scripts. And when you read from the script, you're not reading reality. You know, you're reading words written by a writer. But when you are reality, when you live your reality, when you don't have a script, you just have yourself, it changes everything, you know? It changes everything. give some food to another 13. I have to wake them up though. Look at that guy. No, just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. This is Maui 13, by the way. Let me show him to you. This little guy is the reason I'm making the milk. The reason I'm here taking care of stuff. It's Maui 13. Very special cat. Very difficult destiny. I'll help him out. And we will. Got a little bit of a belly because I had him. Yesterday I cornered his mother and put her in there with him, and they ate. He's got a little belly good. And this is Maui 12. Sorry, Maui 11. No, Maui 12. And he's going to get himself a little. There's a couple of more cats that I want to help out. Sick Trump needs my help. I can bring the camera with me so you guys can see. Sick Trump. Sick Trump has every litter has a runt. And the runt of the litter, in this case, is I think Trump something. I've had a lot of Trumps. In fact, before they were other names, almost all of the Amun-Ras and everything were just Trumps. Which I find very ironic somehow. But let's take a look at them. Let's just like take a look at the babies. Let's take a look at the babies. Since I'm doing this, let's do this. All right, so we got Maui 11, Maui 11, Maui 12, and Maui 13. This is 13. This is 12. This is 11. Are the Mauis. And this Maui is actually a turbo. So is Maui Turbo 11. Sorry, 12. Maui Turbo 12. Jamina, you approve, right? Tiamat, tell me the truth. Do you approve of these cats? Of course you do. Tiamat is the goddess of chaos that I embrace in my prayers. I guess the Hindus would call her Kalima. Kalima. Mother Kali. Mother Kali would be Tiamat, who is also the destroyer. She's the creator, but she's also the destroyer, which I find very ironic. But it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. And why do I go with her? Because psychedelia, in the deepest sense, is about that. Psychedelia is a very, very, very intensely, I don't want to say destructive, but yeah, it's about dying. Psychedelia is about dying. Dying and psychedelia, they go together, man. They go together, man. And it's okay. It's perfectly okay. I mean, Soma is about health, right? Peyote, mushrooms, they're all about health. And things that are about health, they're called medicines. And what is the essence of a medicine? Dosage. So if you have something really useful, like say opium, fentanyl, operation, it's a wonderful thing to have, right? Oh shit, I'm missing cats again. Where's your babies? Where's your babies? Where's your babies? I Of course, we know we're missing Snowflake and we're missing Sleet. Snowflake and Sleet are trouble. We're going to find them and we're going to. But who I want to give, I want to check. Okay, so this little guy over here, this is Sickly Trump, and he is skinny. He doesn't get enough milk. All the other cats don't really let him get milk. So he is my principal interest in feeding right now. And he's going to get fed. I'll probably give 13 some more. Because I want him to make sure he's got enough milk, you know. He's got to have enough milk. Look at that. He's thirsty, man. The other cats don't really give him a chance to eat. It's not unusual for the runt of the litter to die. And I don't want that to happen. I want these cats to live, to have good lives, you know. By the way, did I report that Mini Turbo died with her new owner? Okay, that's all you want. All right, that's fine, that's fine. And the other runt of the litter is Mini Turbo 3. And she's actually fat. She's okay. She's strong. She's a survivor, but all the turbos are notoriously strong, even the tiny ones. But except Mini Turbo 3 died. I mean, she actually died. You know, she actually died. I think it had a lot to do with. Okay, you need some. Okay, this is Amundra 3. Amundra 3 is not a sickly cat. He's strong, but he's like the Malcolm in the middle of the cats, and he needs always a little. He always soaks it all up. Okay, good. Okay, and since I'm doing that, let's give everybody a little. Ah, shut up, Gray. Just have some milk and be quiet. Be quiet. Hey, Gray. There we go. There's my cat. Gray is a big old guy. Oh, be such a. Okay, that's that. Then we got Trump 25. Trump 25 is one of the Casmarches. It's an original Casmarchick. Shut up. Come on, eat. You're eating, motherfucker. There we go. That's the deal. Okay. I'm gonna get some more. 13. Give me a chance. Sleet, Snowflake, and what's this guy's name? The runt of the white Casmarchicks. Sleet, Snowflake, and okay. Good. All these guys have. Let's give it another little bit to. I'm coming, 13. I'm coming. Sickly Trump. Yeah. Come on. Open. Nope. Okay. Fine. Then you guys clean that cat up. Good. By the way, I'm missing Sleet and Snowflake, and there's a shit in there I need to clean up. And okay, let's 13 saying, hey, I want more, man. Look at that show. Yeah, you want more? You're gonna get more. You're gonna get more, 13. And I got a heart. Because I love you. I love all you motherfuckers. So that's just the thing, see? Not being able to say motherfucker. What the fuck is all that about? Fuck that shit. I don't deal like that. I don't, I don't. In my life, I say the word motherfucker. And I can't say it because there's no advertiser friendly. It goes against our rules of service and conduct and stuff. Yeah. All right. I think what he wants is to go down, but he's going to stay up there because I'm going to clean up little shits now. See? Very busy taking care of cats. It's a lot of work. a lot of work. I would like to be painting. I'd like to be things, but here I am, and I'm doing the work because I love the cats. But ow, I'm not doing it because I don't want to do it. I'm doing it because I love the cats. Spill the milk. That's an old German saying, by the way. When you're in love, you spill the milk. It's a very true saying. Ugh. Spill the milk for the catties. Okay, so I don't do this because I don't want to. I love doing it, but somehow um, I should be maybe walking to Santa Fe. Sounds insane when I say it. It really sounds local, man. It sounds totally local, but there is an aspect to it. There is like a spiritual progression where you start, in other words, ego, the ego, and it's maybe it's the ego. Maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key. I mean, maybe that's the trip. Maybe it's the ego speaking. Oh, I'm the chosen one. I got to walk from here to there and do all that. But I don't know. I'm not certain. I haven't done it. How can I know if I haven't done it? You know, is there a more subtle pleasure that I'm missing on because I'm not doing the job, I'm not doing the work? I don't know. Or is it like my dear friend Poporispa says, just my ego connected to the Catholic mentality that drives it? That's the question. That's the question. What is the truth? What is really the truth? If I knew it, perhaps that's the truth. Perhaps I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing. See, that's another one. I mean, perhaps the truth is that going off on some quest to Santa Fe or something like that is just me being a fool. You know? Oh, that's Urukai. Urukai and Hamtaro are going to get adopted pretty soon. I need good homes for these cats. If you want to be a parent to this little guy, I will send him to you anywhere in the world. Not sure how, though. But that spilled milk, it found a good use. Hamtaro, Urukai. We need homes for those guys. And look, I don't want to give my cats to people that are going to kill them with lack of care or with lack of work. I want my cats to be safe and be well and be happy. And that's just the way it is. So how can I guarantee that my cats are going to be well and they're going to be happy and all that if I don't know the people that are going to adopt them, man? I don't know. I just don't know. It's an unknown. Oh yeah. While I'm at it, I wanted to do a response to Sheikh Imran Hussein, who I follow carefully. He had some interesting things to say about Israel and Gaza and all that stuff. So I'll show you. Oh. My cable, because I don't want my battery to go out. My cat that has destroyed my computer and still trying to do it. The Rig 9, which I just put in for this morning. And now we're going to go to history. And in Ritz history, we're going to go to yesterday or the day before. Oh, by the way, Oaths and Ash rocked, kicked ass. I don't know how to play. Here we go. Dajjal, the Quran, Economic Slavery and Refugees, September 5th, 2025. This is a really, really good talk from Sheikh Hussein.
Allah's blessing be upon him. But in the end time there will be slavery. But slavery is abolished. Slavery is now abolished. There are no slaves anymore. Well,
True that.
legal slavery is abolished.
I was listening to Sheikh Hussein. I wanted you guys to listen to this because it's important. Truth is truth. Wherever it may be, by whomever may be spoken, truth is truth.
Amongst the signs of the last day is that a slave woman will give birth to her mistress. And in this prophecy, we have to combine the feminist revolution with the economic slavery. We don't have the time to do that tonight. So now let us turn to our topic. I'm happy there are a small gathering there in Boston. But before we address the subject, let us pray that Allah may have mercy on the soul of Quran Jirani Subia. I don't know whether his wife is there, but she sent a message that she would like us to make a prayer dua for her husband who died in the war. She's a war widow and is buried in Mostar in Bosnia. I am going to Mostar, inshallah, before the end of this month. Inshallah, to be in Mostar, in Bosnia. So may Allah have mercy on his soul. May Allah forgive him his sins. And may Allah grant him Jannah. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. And so now, how do we begin the subject of addressing economic slavery, which is the cause of the economic migration that is now inundating the Western world, not just in North America, but also in Europe. What is the cause of it? And we go to the revelation of the Quran. The Quran came down in two ways. The first was called Wahi or revelation. And the angel Gabriel came and sent it into the heart of the prophet. Allah's blessing be upon him. And this process of revelation took 23 years to be completed. 23 years. It began when he was in the cave up on the mountain. And it continued for 23 years. Piecemeal. So every time a revelation came to his heart, it was instantly memorized. You didn't have to memorize it. When the Quran came to him a second week, Allah said that I sent down the Quran in the month of Ramadan. Muhammad, Allah bless him, be upon him. But he used the medium of faith to get to us. But it was he who was reciting. And this was not revelation. This was recitation, qira'ah. And every night he would recite a portion until by the end of Ramadan he would complete the recitation of the whole Quran. And this was repeated every year of his life from the age of 40, except in the last year of his life, Allah recited the whole Quran to him twice. If you're aware of it, put your hands up. Very few of you know what it is. So this is a long subject, and you probably look out there entitled the Quran and the Moon, which explains to you how did Allah recite the Quran and how we should recite it now. What's our topic? Our topic is the revelation. When the Prophet
Naughty 13.
was only 81
Here
days
it comes.
into his life, and he performed the Hajj,
He's a Maui. Can't help
and
himself.
he stood up from Arafat with his own mountain of his head. And he said, I have completed my work. And there were 150,000 people performing Hajj with him. This is the only time he ever performed the Hajj. Then the revelation came down, in which Allah said that today I have perfected for you your way of trying to religion. And this is not only your religion. Only schoolboys will say a new religion came. Then Muhammad, Allah bless him, be upon him. And we have a lot of schoolboys today. Not at all. The same religion which came with Abraham is the same religion which came with Moses. It's the same religion which came with Jesus. And it's the same religion which came with Muhammad. Allah bless him, be upon him. But there are different communities within the same religion. And each community has its own religious law. You pass that way, I pass this way. You play in that direction, I play in this direction. And this diversity is not meant for warfare and hatred and rivalry like that, as we have in the Balkans. The Balkans are famous for the stability. My language is hard. I don't know 85 years of it. I can use some language. Diversity is meant to create competition. Competition makes the market more efficient. Compete with each other, vie with each other in good acts, in righteous conduct. So a Christian and a Muslim and a Jew should be vying with each other in righteous conduct. That makes for a better world. So when this revelation came down, I have perfected for you your religion, and I have completed my favor unto you. It is only normal and natural for us to conclude no more revelation after this. And yet, there is one more revelation to come. The Prophet, Allah bless him, be upon him, returns from Mecca to Medina. And this is the last period of his life. And while he is in Medina, just before he dies, Allah sends down one more revelation. Why? Why did he do this? After having said, I have perfected the religion, I have completed my favor, why does he send The debtor is in difficulty, and he has difficulty repaying the loan. And you
Ask yourself who the debtor is, though.
If only you knew.
Who is giving who to what?
So why does he send down one more revelation after having so finished my job? And why did he choose the subject of history or river? My answer is, and Allah knows best, is that the greatest danger of all lies here. The river of history. Somebody in the very famous Englishman, a very famous English chef, a very famous English chef, who wrote this about in the Merchant of Venice, the chef William Shakespeare. And he wrote that play of Merchant of Venice in a majestic way, oh yes, to show that in demanding your interest in the world, you are actually taking something equivalent to a pound of flesh. A pound of flesh.
Pound of flesh.
The Quran is warning us that the banking system which will come from the Dajjal will be a system of economic exploitation, economic impoverishment. Sometimes a man gives you a loan only
Lands
to
on
make
something.
himself more wealthy. That's not too bad for a money lender. So there is a money lender that John Perkins warned us about in his famous book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. But sometimes the money lender lends you the money in order to rob you of your freedom, in order to enslave you, so that you become a helpless slave. And that's what the banking system is done.
This needs to be washed with
And that's what
water.
the Quran is warning
Take it
about.
downstairs and wash with water.
A man came to the market to sell his goods. And someone met him before he entered the market and bought his goods from him. And when that man reached the market, he found to his dismay he could have gotten a better price in the market. The Prophet declared of that the riba or usury
I need to do it. I need to
because
get,
he exploited his ignorance of the market. would be finding like that before. That's why they shut the doors. You know, do you understand now? So now let's see. What is the
Remember, we're talking about slavery, and we're talking about economic slavery. And here, this place, this video, these cats are a perfect example of a victim of that type of slavery. Voluntary slavery, but slavery all the same.
In order to qualify as a business transaction, must involve risk or risk.
In my town,
The Quran says
the mobsters
that the money is obvious.
a percentage of sales
إنما
to
البيع
the ordinary, everyday
the money then is object. The bank
workers.
system is object. This is a
That's what they
legitimate
do.
form of business
So
to lend money on interest. But Allah responds and he says, وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَا. No, says Allah. I have made business halal, permissible, and I have made riba, or used to be haram, prohibited. So now the question arises, in what way does a business transaction differ from money being made on interest? How would it be more reasonable? Why is it that a bank loan on interest does not qualify as a business transaction? That's the question.
have to spray some chlorine water over the entire floor because there are some flues all over it. I haven't found this yet, so I need to move these cats around a little bit.
Money being lent on interest does not qualify as a business transaction because in order for a business transaction to be recognized as a business transaction, either you would be able to make a profit or suffer a loss. If you can make a profit or you can suffer a loss, then suction pump that you use to clean your carpet. And the suction pump is putting all the dust. So the banking system that has been operating since the
No, no, y no. Bájate de ahí, chamnita de mierda. Ven aquí. Miau. Me quitaste mi Hussein.
hole is big, full water will drain out quickly, 100% interest. But if the hole is small and the water is dripping on you 1 drip at a time, the end is the same.
I just found
All
cat
the water will
shit
drain out.
on the cat food.
But this hole will take no time and that will take
Fortunately, it was
this
outside.
is what it said.
But
Whether interest rate is big or
let's
small,
get it out of here.
the effect is the same. Eventually, all the wells will drain out. And therefore, it's like a suction pump that you use to clean your carpet.
Después de ahí.
And the suction pump is putting all the dust. So the banking system that has been operating since modern civilization took control. The banking system has been functioning as a suction pump, sucking the wealth of mankind. Because when you sign a contract,
Duh.
then the length of borrower has to repay. Whether
And it's
complete
protected
or
by the
sometime,
military.
whether each of us lost or gained, he has a legal obligation to repay with an additional amount. Once you sign that contract, you're on the road to eventually enslaving mankind. Because you are shutting the door by signing that contract. You are shutting the door
Well,
for the
there
Lord God
actually,
to take from the Son and give to others.
I want to make a point about that you just said. Slavery is a voluntary thing. You can always choose death. You can always choose death. There are people that will not be enslaved. They will choose death over slavery. They're very few, but most people are enslaved because they want to be enslaved. Okay? Nobody asks you to buy the house. Nobody asks you to buy the car. Nobody asks you to go to college. You chose those things. Now, those things are actually chosen for you before you're born. And they start to work them for you profoundly to, say, hey, this is what you need. And this is no good for you. That in fact, you do choose your venom, your poison. Everybody does. I want to make that point.
It is not the function of the state. Karl Marx never understood that, and Lenin did not understand it. Nor did Hugo Chavez understand, although I have so much respect for Hugo Chavez and his way of ways. And the socialists did
I
not
don't know.
understand it, and Jeremy Corbyn
There,
also
that's
did
your
not
business.
understand it.
I don't know about that.
It is not the function of the state to distribute wealth and to redistribute wealth. No. The distribution and redistribution of wealth is the work of the Lord God. He takes from some
Oh, that's actually true.
and he gives to others.
That I believe.
He does so through institutions, for example,
Because there's
the institution of
hurricanes and one bad day, all your properties in Jamaica or you become nothing. You become poor again. Just ask people in Hawaii.
The state sends its officials to deal with the calculator zakat, not an accountant. And then if you don't pay your zakat, the state will wage war on you.
Yep.
This is one of the ways in which the Lord God distributes that, so that there will be no one in the society who would not have the basic necessities of life. But you can't be getting zakat and eating chicken every day. No. You can't be getting zakat and buying a BMW. You're getting zakat to live a big living on certain level. So you're not starving. That is zakat. There are many other ways to, for example, the law of inheritance. That the Lord God ensures the redistribution of wealth and stuff. But the most important of all is
What I
the
have not found,
propagation of business transactions.
snowflake and sleet.
So Antonio had borrowed the money from China. You
You go this way.
don't change the benefit of it. You're not going to change the benefit yet. And you didn't know the cost of the benefit. He's really merchant of Venice. It's a classic. Okay? So, Antonio had borrowed money. I can't remember the names now. And he signed a contract to repay the loan. And the contract said if he did not repay the loan, then Shiloh could entitled to £1 of his fish. £1 of his fish. Because Shiloh was very annoyed with this man. And then a storm came in the sea, and the ship sank. And all of Antonio's goods was lost. First of all, I'll take some of those to others. And now Antonio cannot repay the loan. And the matter goes to the court. And when the matter goes to the court, Antonio's Portia is a lawyer. She's a woman, but she dresses up as a man. And she addresses the court, and she says to the court, "My Lord, tell Sherlock, go ahead, take your knife, and take the £1 of fish." Sherlock is happy. I'm getting my pound of fish. Yes, I mean, he just have one arm. And then Portia stops him. When go on there, Sherlock, let's take a look at the contract. The contract says if you're allowed to hold on the fish. The contract doesn't say anything about that. And the law of this land is if you shed one drop of Christian blood, all your properties are going to be saved. But Shiloh cannot take the £1 of flesh without some blood to it. So he loses all of his property. This is the brilliance of William Shakespeare. Now then, we will explain why the Quran has prohibited money being lent on interest. Firstly, because money lending on interest is not qualified as a business transaction. It does not qualify as a business transaction because you eliminate the element of risk.
Two cats missing.
Immunize
Snowflake
yourself from us.
and sleet.
And that shuts the door on Allah to take himself and give to others. But the Quran speaks elsewhere to explain
guessing they must have fell down or gone down the stairs.
charity,
I'm guessing.
and lending money and interest.
Oh, good grief.
So I'll say this again. In what way does an act of charity differ
We gotta
from
find
a
it.
loan and interest?
Oh,
The answer is, and you have to think
Om Namah Shivaya.
to understand the Quran. And Allah says that I send the Quran to people who think. You don't think? Go check it out. Go check it out. I send the Quran to people who think. And in my old age, I know how to accept my people refuse to think. It's haram to think. You're not allowed to think. My people. So you have to think to understand what is the lesson in the contrast between charity and riba. Or are you going to answer now? Tell me somebody. How does an act of charity differ from lending money and interest? Go ahead, mate. Where's Zahira? I can't see Zahira. Where is she? Oh, yes, there she is. Go on, Zahira. Let me hear you. What did she say? In an act of charity, which is a genuine act of charity, you don't give a gift to a poor country for agriculture, 20 million now, but you have to buy all the tractors from us. Now you see there's a problem. Yes. No. When you give an act of charity, you do it with no strings attached. In other words, in order for it to qualify as charity, you give and you take nothing in return. That's charity. Well, I say to you, lending money and interest is the opposite of this. For when he lends money and interest, he's taking from you and giving nothing in return. So eventually he will have everything and you will have nothing. That is how the system of riba has now reached a climax, where Africa has nothing. A Muslim sister close to me who wants to leave and travel and go to Africa because she's African. She wants to experience life in Africa. And she's a single woman, she does not have a husband, she will have to get married again. But she wants to go to Africa. And she's in the Caribbean.
Mira, ¿dónde está Snowflake? ¿Dónde está Sleet?
Can you help her?
¿Cómo que no sabes?
African American woman in Africa.
Son tus hijos.
African woman replied to me and said,
Vayan a buscarlos, ándale.
this is the last place to come. Because once you come here, you see the US dollar sign. And that's all they want. They're living in slavery now. And
Venga.
6 women will be killed recently. Killed. Because they need them. When you go home and Africa, you can outside the Middle East.
Alegamos. Una hora 14. Guys, I'm going to let the battery charge on my camera. I'll see you guys later. This is typical Saturday morning here at my place. Welcome. Be well.